let's go to Virginia now. Chad Jeters was in the news Monday announcing his retirement from the Canadian Football League, and I've gotten to know this guy with my time with the team. He's been on the show a few times, and he's the newest member of the United States Air Force. So, Chad, I want to salute you, and I'll say thank you for your service already in a lot of ways to Canada's team, football, and now this. But what led up to Monday's announcement?
I guess it's like a chain of events, been sitting out for 16 months, and sitting out 16 months, you'll have a lot of time to think and a lot of time to look at the long picture. I mean, the bigger picture, looking the long run instead of just looking what's right in front of you. And me joining the Air Force will be more beneficial to me, my future family, future kids, if like compared to playing a couple more years in the CFL. And like, I'm only 26. I'm still in my prime years. I still have a lot of football to play, but like I said, doing this and, getting out of the game healthy, because you never know when your last play could be. So, I could have played this year and, broken a leg, and then I have to start over anyway. So I felt like, me walking away from the game healthy and, getting into something that I really would enjoy doing and being just like a big benefit to me. It was good. I feel like it was good timing.
Well, I'm proud of you for being so forward thinking, because as you said, you're still a young single guy. You don't have that family yet. I can tell with the angst in your voice that this wasn't easy. And I'm going to say something that will hurt, but you know it. Like, you're a Jones guy. I'm a Jones guy. You came up here because of Chris Jones. And Jones always said, I want guys in their late 20s. That's their prime. Young guys make mistakes. Old guys get hurt. So, Chad, you were just getting into your prime as a pro football player. So
yeah.
that's got to sting a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does. It was definitely a tough decision, man. It was definitely a tough decision. And yeah, it was tough. It was tough. But like I said, I think, the future me will thank me that, I made this decision and, set myself up for, success in the long run.
I will talk about some football memories in a moment, but I got some buddies in the Air Force, and it's something. They love it. What is it that attracted you to joining the United States Air Force?
So like, man, growing up, my dream job was always, like to work with the FBI, like the Secret Service or something like that. So I feel like, me getting in the Air Force and choosing the Air Force because I've always heard it's the best branch of the military to go in if you care about, your family life and you just like the quality of life. I heard that Air Force is the one to go into. So that's why, like the application process is so long and they pick and choose who they want. So, when I was talking to the recruiter and all, I just told him like what I wanted to do and all of that kind of stuff. And all right. And I just felt like it was time. And I don't know, man, it's tough, but I feel like the Air Force would help me and set me up for my dream job.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to be fantastic at it. You have the mentality for it, there's no doubt. But talk about your time with the green and white. And there's great photos of you coming out of the tunnel, and you're such a energetic guy. What were some of your best memories about playing in the Canadian Football League?
Man, like I said, a memory that'll stick with me forever is me running out of that tunnel in the second preseason game in 2018 against Calgary. I'll always remember that because, just running out and hearing how loud the fans are. And it was just, like I said, it was just a preseason game. Hearing how loud the fans are, supportive, if you're up by 20, you're down by 20, it doesn't matter. The fans in Mosaic are going to cheer the loudest. They're going to support you. And, you'll have some fans that, bash you if you lose, but the majority, they're going to love you.
So there's some questions here for you from Ryan in Saratoga, New York. 2 questions for Chad. Are you enlisting as a service member, or are you entering the academy in Fort Collins, Colorado? Secondly, what will be your path in terms of your specialty?
Yeah, so right now, my plan was to go in as an officer. But, I talked to a recruiter and I talked to a couple of people that is in the Air Force and, retired. And they were telling me that the next board meeting for officers isn't until next spring. So I didn't want to wait that late to go in. So I'm going to go in now as enlisted and then commission over later to become an officer because, I have 2 degrees. So I qualify for being an officer. But I don't know my job yet. I haven't taken the ASVAB, so I take that next week, and then I'll see what the jobs I qualify for. But I do have the full list, and it's hundreds. It's over 100 jobs, so I have a lot to choose from.
Good for you. From Jack in Alberta, he's a Stampeders guy. He says, huge respect to you, Chad, for having the wisdom and courage to make the right decision for life. So very many young athletes don't make those decisions. They let the game decide it for them. All the absolute best, Chad. Are you getting a lot of messages like that, Chad? I would assume a lot of support on this decision for you.
Yeah, I've received 100% support. I haven't received any hate messages or anybody telling me I made a mistake because, it's like I said, it'd be different if we were talking millions and millions of dollars like the NFL. Like if I was walking away at 26 from the NFL and I was making, let's just say, $3 million a year, then, you can kind of weigh your options. But, I'm not making anything close to $3 million a year. So me doing this and setting myself up for retirement in 20 years is more beneficial, like I said, than me playing, 4 more years in the CFL. So, I've been receiving a lot of support.
I think the fans don't understand, too. Can you explain what the last 16 months have been like for you with odd jobs you've picked up, the clothing line you started, which I ordered some gear? Like, it has not been easy, man. It's been a struggle, and I don't think fans understand that.
Nah, yeah, man. I don't think fans, even without the past 16 months, I don't think fans understand the sacrifices and the hard work that a CFL player has to put in, even without being in a pandemic, man. You're making good money in 6 months, but I don't think fans realize that, let's just say the average player in the CFL, let's just say he's making 90 grand Canadian. If he has a wife and let's just say 1 kid back at home, he's paying mortgage and rent back at home. He's taking care of his kids and his wife back at home on top of living in Canada, paying bills up there if he doesn't have housing in his contract or, just different things. If he's renting a car up there to get around because no one wants to be stuck in the house for 6 months. So he's renting a car, he's paying for his groceries at home. You're living 2 different lifestyles. And then in the off season, you'll still have to pick up another job on top of training as a professional. And it's something that you said, I think last week, there's no average Joe just going to the gym and working out for 30 minutes. No, you have to train on a professional level. You have to put the time in, you got to take care of your body. And it can be taxing, honestly. It can be taxing on people.
From the Cannons and Tomahawks podcast, they're watching in Columbus, Ohio. It takes a special person to join the military as it is, let alone leaving professional sports. You will be an amazing officer and airman. We wish you nothing but success and safety. So you're going to get a lot of messages like that, Chad. And I just want to say I appreciate you. Once a rider, always a rider. And, well, I do hope to get you back here to some games. Love to see you again. But anything that you'd like to say? Parting words here?
Yeah, I'd just like to, thank everyone that, helped me in that journey, starting at my tryout in Charlotte. I had Chris Jones there. I had Brandon Isaac there. And then getting down to Florida IMG Academy. I became really good friends with Mike Davis. He took care of me down there. And he's been looking out for me, honestly, ever since I've been in the league. And, all the different coaches that I've had. Even, thank the coaches and staff I spent, time in Montreal. Thank all of them. And even coming back to the Riders, man, I thank J.O. and, like I said, Coach Dickey and Mike Davis, and, appreciate everyone welcoming me back in with open arms and, didn't treat me any differently. And I feel like that's an, important message to young guys to never, burn a bridge because you never know where your paths might cross again. Because I could have been pissed off at, J.O. and Coach Dickey for cutting me, after I had a pretty good season my first year and came in and had a solid camp. And like I said, I could have been pissed off with him and, never talked to him and just said F the Riders, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like, being a professional, that comes with it. And that's all, man. Just thank everyone who played a special part of me playing professional football.
Absolutely. 2 shout-outs for Mike Davis in there. And B.I. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Those are some good dudes right there. Chad, thanks for this. Keep in touch. All the best. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Chad Jeter joining us from Virginia. Number 91 on the Rough Riders D-line going to the United States Air Force.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.